Fezzi, I don't know what's going on with your gang today, so let's try to get some confessions started on today's show. Confessions. An opportunity for people on the staff or callers to confess something. I see the redhead raising his hand. Come on in here, brother. I need you, big man. Always like Eastside Dave confession. How are you, Dave?
I'm okay.
How long has it been since your last confession?
It's been a month since my last confession, and I don't feel very good, so I'm glad that we're having this today.
What do you got for us?
As you guys know, my grandmother passed away recently.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And
natural causes?
Natural causes, yeah.
All right, good.
And last Friday, I had to go to her wake, and the thing was, it was from 3:30 to 8:30,
right,
which is a long time. I never had to be the guy who stood on line, so at around 6:30, I relieved myself, went to the bathroom, downstairs in the funeral parlor, and jerked off on the toilet because I was so pent up and nervous and like feeling bad about myself. So I thought that would be like 5 minutes.
So you masturbated, and this is the honest to God truth.
This is the honest to God truth.
You masturbated at your grandmother's wedding. Funeral.
I jerked off in the funeral home while her body was upstairs.
Are you swearing to this?
I am swearing to this. This is last Friday. I also thought I've never jerked off in a funeral home before.
Take that off the list.
It's just one more landmark that I could, scratch off. But I do feel very bad, so I'm...
all right, just share this one part. What were you thinking about at the time?
I was thinking about my wife, actually.
That's very nice.
Because I thought, if I'm going to jerk off, it'll be really scummy of me to be thinking about porn or this or that. So I thought about my wife putting dildos in her.
In herself?
I'm surprised the corpse was spared.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So that's my confession.
All right, Hicks, what do you got? You got a confession for us today?
Yeah. When I was about 15 years old, I would jerk off in the bathroom, and my mom would hang this silk nightgown of hers up on the back of the door.
Yeah.
And one day I was jerking off, and my leg brushed against the nightgown, and it was like silk, and it felt really good. So I grabbed the fucking thing and wrapped it around my cock and jerked off with the fucking silk nightgown onto the nightgown, and I did not clean it up. And
no, let me ask you this. Was your grandmother dead at the time?
That was my mother's.
Yeah, I know, but was your grandmother dead?
No, she was alive.
All right, then that's fine.
Okay.
You did nothing.
Oh.
What about Darren, young Darren over here?
I have this kid who's mentally handicapped in my audio class that I'm taking this semester.
Well, great college you're doing.
He fucked up his project so bad this week that I started laughing at him so hard I started crying, and I had to run out of the classroom before him and the teacher saw me.
So you were laughing at a special needs person's project.
We recorded somebody playing 3 different songs on guitar, and you were supposed to mix the different mics. And he didn't do the project, so he decided to do it 2 minutes before class. And instead of mixing the mic levels, he just mashed up all 3 of the guitar songs together.
So it was great.
So it was crazy.
So all you guys are getting ripped off because if he gets a diploma and you do, you're all stupid. Wow, here's some sick stuff. Let me reach out. I'm looking at. I see. What about Danny from the O&A show? Would Danny from the O&A show ever share a confession? Because something from the past, something that nobody knows, and see if Danny is brave enough to confess to us on the Ron and Fez show.
You want to get something off your chest, Danny?
Well, want to? No.
By the way, thanks for having us here on 202. All of us in Sirius really love it over here.
Man, the first thing I could think of, I'm sure there's worse stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember one time I was a kid, and my grandparents had it wasn't like a trailer, but they would call it a mobile home.
Sure.
And I was up there. I had to be maybe 6 or 7. And my grandmother had went to the bathroom and closed the door, but I was at like a curious age where I wanted to see, like, I was curious about like what chicks had and stuff.
Right.
So I remember getting down on my stomach and looking under the crack in the door was really big, and I was trying to look at my grandmother taking a piss, and she caught me because obviously you know, with the crack in the door being like 1.5 inches, 2 inches off of the ground, she saw like my big stupid body in the way, and she totally called me out on it too. And she went, Danny, what are you doing? And I was just like, oh, I'm just waiting to wash my hands. You know, and I'm a kid, so I don't realize like there's a kitchen with a sink in it, and I could easily do the same thing there. But
why would you be laying on the floor?
Yeah, exactly. I had nothing. I had nothing to give her, but yeah, I was trying to look at my grandmother's veg.
Just seeing if the sink was available.
Yours might be the most disgusting so far.
Thank you.
All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I see Sam from the Sam and Dave show waving his hand. Come on over here, Sam. I'd like to hear your confession today. Always is interesting and exciting, Fezzy, to hear different people's confessions. What do you have for us, Sam?
My confession.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, you know, and I first started jacking off, I shared a bedroom with my brother. So I wait until he fell asleep, or at least looked like he fell asleep, and I just do it right there with him in the bed right next to me. The bed was next to my bed, not in the same bed.
Were you thinking about him while you were doing it?
In a sense, because I was thinking, I hope he doesn't wake up.
Yeah, but that's always the filthiest thing to do that in front of another guy.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, let alone a blood relative. I mean, if he woke up, you could have went to prison.
Yeah. He has no idea.
Here comes little Nico, the intern, who somewhat has been shaving. So that's a plus with his meds problems. What do you got for us, Nico?
Yeah, I got a confession.
Yeah.
Back when I was in the psych center.
Yeah. Now, how long were you in for?
I was in for about a month and a half.
Wow. Just like Fez, huh?
Was in for a week
and a half.
And there was this one kid who was in my room. He was my roommate, and he would pee on other people's like beds.
See, this wouldn't make me better if I went there. If I was crazy and I'm hanging around with people who pissed on my bed, I'd be totally weirded out.
And I'd encourage him to go and pee on other kids' beds.
So you would get him to do it?
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, man, that kid was really, you should have heard the trash talk he was saying to you.
So that was, you were almost king of the assholes, really, in your own simple way.
I'm not very proud of it.
You should be. This should be the proudest moment of your entire life. Congratulations to you.
I'd also like to add, I jerked off with my brother in the same bedroom nearly every night. So Sam's isn't really much of a confession.
So do you feel like you're competing?
Well, you were ranking them.
Well, was your brother awake?
Sometimes he'd be watching TV.
Oh, stop it.
That's a lie.
I swear.
No one jerk off while another guy's watching TV.
Well, it's easy for me to do.
What was he watching? I Dream of Jeannie?
No, Letterman, that type of shit.
You could jerk off in front of Letterman? That's too much.
I close my eyes and think about it.
Where's the free safety at? I'd like to have the free safety come in and tell me one of his stories. You busy with stuff outside there? Working on stuff? Slower to the mic.
Yeah, I was working.
Slower to the mic, 'cause the show's shit. Slower to the mic, 'cause you can't be fired.
No.
What do you got for us?
I mean, you kind of partially know this. Back in the end of 2005, early 2006, that I was in a very good relationship, and I was about to take that leap, and we were going to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And she got pregnant, and we went to have a baby. And oh my God. And she got really, really sick, and she really needed me. She was that, because you remember she lived in Pennsylvania.
I never met her.
I never met her,
but you tell me stories, but I never know what's true and what's made up.
But when she really needed me there, because she was really, really sick and a lot of complications, a lot of things, I wasn't there for her, and she ended up losing the baby, and and she never really forgave me for it. And she never. I shut down. I emotionally just shut down on it.
Do you understand the comedic nature of what we're doing here?
Yes.
Holy shit! Give me a shotgun. Blow my head off.
This is a confession.
I know. Here's what happened. You gave a normal person some weak sperm. There's no way it could hold up, so it didn't work out.
I don't think it was weak sperm. I think it was
That's what it normally is. Every time a woman miscarried, it's because the sperm was too weak.
It was. I've never heard that, but it's a combination of things that happen, and I just emotionally, I just shut down, and I was just not there. Not only for her, but not for anybody. She never forgave me.
You didn't want the baby.
I totally wanted the baby. It was a boy. That I know.
That's why you wanted it?
The girl.
What does this mean?
Michael Corleone over here?
Were you working with us in 2005?
Yeah.
So this is while you were working with us?
Yes, it was. I didn't open up to anybody. The only time I opened up was I think one morning when I had my first real anxiety attack, I kind of told you what was going on, but I was so out of it at the time.
Yeah. You said to me, weak sauce. I pounded her with weak sauce.
My sauce was not
So, Earl, just so you know this, that there's nothing different between a miscarriage and an abortion. So you, my friend, are technically an abortionist because you weren't there for her. Let's say this. Let's say Dave wasn't around when the baby was hungry and the baby starved to death. We would blame Dave, right? You've done the exact same thing.
I don't equate one with the other.
You also need to know this, Earl, and this is all kidding aside, because A, you've had the funniest story so far, there's no doubt about it. But B, no God in heaven will forgive you for what you've done. Maybe that'll help you.
You're not exactly pro-life.
No man really is. If you want to be totally honest about it.
No, but it's something that I just wanted to...
It's awful. When you came in was an awful story. And you know why? Because you don't listen. You're out there, you're not paying attention. Everyone's telling a nice, funny little story, and you come in with this, trying to ruin Friday's fun festivities. I don't know who's worse, you or Dr. Steve with his red velvet cake jokes. And by the way, his humor's got to stop. Don't find something that aggravates Ron and try to do it 2 days in a row. That's got to stop.
But I didn't mean to be so dark with it, but it was something I don't want to.
What's the funniest part of the story? You kicked the fetus?
No, I didn't kick the fetus. Not at all, but it was just something that I
How do we?
Yeah, that's what I've been talking to the free safety about.
Here is Steve. Steve, you're on Run of Fez.
What's up, Bon here? Yeah, back in the day when I was in high school, I bleached the word cunt into a girl's front yard. And she really did absolutely nothing to me. I don't even know why I did it. She was actually one of those girls that actually was willing to throw house
Earl,
parties.
sit back down. I want you to know something. And I was joking around earlier. But I know you still feel bad about this, right?
It haunts me every single day.
Let me tell you something. I believe that if there is a heaven for unborn babies, that baby Satchmo is up there right now playing the trumpet.
At least he's musical.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome. Even though I didn't get to make it to Earth, I'd like to play this song for my dad, Earl.
Deep voice.
Salt peanuts, salt peanuts. Would you name them Satchmo?
No.
Would you name him Malcolm X?
No. I always like the name Dylan.
Why didn't you just name him too soon?
No.
If he comes tomorrow, I will call him too soon.
Daddy.
Hey, Ron! It's Dylan from heaven! Don't worry about me! I got an old grandma to keep me company, and I suck on a big black nipple!
Hi, Dylan Douglas.
It's so nice in heaven! I can suck guys' cock! I can get lots of... Did you... Fucking in my head! We're going to name him Dylan or Jellin?
I always liked the name Dylan.
Jellin. Yes. Dylan, get the hell in here, boy. You're an embarrassment. Dylan, your dad's called free safety at work. See, I'm going from room to room. Wherever people aren't, that's where I try to stand.
Dylan Douglas. Double B. That's what they call me in heaven. Right after they fuck me.
Isn't it Dylan?
I don't think they bang babies in baby heaven, do they, Earl?
Oh, they don't.
They gotta do something to pass the time.
Then how is it heaven?
Shucking and fucking and eating gin. With my little bottle.
Would you tell that little fetus Dylan to put his hat on straight and pull his pants up?
This is how we wear it up in heaven. We're very, very up with the times. With our hats backwards, suck on our grandmama's twat.
You sound like you're a 1970s baby. Anyway, Earl, I'm sorry about little Satchmo.
I'm not. I want to grow up poor as a bitch.
Wait a minute. Living in a one-room studio in Queens.
It's a lot more spacious up in here in heaven. I don't have to live on old Paul Simon LPs for blankets.
Nellie Hatchet writes in and said that when she was miscarried, Earl went to buy peanuts. So what did you say to the woman we've never met after she miscarried?
No, I mean...
Fake Etta.
Were you there for her?
Not at all.
What did you say to her?
I mean, she was a mess. I just shut down. I didn't know. I was just so... I couldn't say anything. I mean, what is there to really say? I mean, that would remotely try to make the situation better.
Yeah, exactly. So you say nothing to a woman. You make it about you.
I didn't make it about me.
That's what Dr. Phil says. Give her the cold shoulder.
I didn't give her the cold shoulder.
You didn't talk to her.
I mean, I didn't...
Give her the hot dick.
That's the problem. It was cold. Came in cold as a sickle. He drops one fucking nasty little weak sauce sperm. If that baby would have lived, would you named it Harsh? I always like to name Harsh. David, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Judging by the way that black people get disfavored here on Earth anyway, I'm not sure black babies actually go to heaven.
No, I don't think so either, because probably his little arms and feet didn't form anyway, right?
No! I look like Mr. Potato Head!
See, that's
God
scary.
damn it!
Scary. That's scary, Earl. Here is John. John, you're on Run and Fez.
Yeah, Earl, you're not following protocol. You're supposed to wait till the baby's born to abandon it. See ya.
Fucking Earl. Earl could get away from responsibility faster than Usain Bolt. He's fucking gone. So you did nothing.
Well, I mean, we eventually we sat down, we talked about it.
She gave you a blowjob.
No, I mean the relationship never really recovered, but we talked about it. And it was just, it's hard, when you're close to having a family and starting a family, something.
Well, you weren't going to do anything, were you? You never told us you were getting married or you were going to raise a baby.
I mean, we were still.
Is that when you started fainting all over the place?
That was really the root of everything.
Oh, that's funny because you told us that you had something wrong with your nose, and you went to a sleep clinic and got a fucking ski mask.
Went to the wrong clinic.
I mean, I think psychologically that's where it really started.
Why didn't you bring that up at the time? Why would anyone fucking not deal with the real problem and make up a problem? Could you imagine how bizarre that person would be?
That would be insane to do for years at a time.
But I think,
it doesn't waste everyone else's time.
But I think
you could have just fixed it.
I think certain problems you have, psychologically, it could turn into something physical.
Did you? Now, when you found out she lost the baby, how far along was she? 14 months.
Old.
It was about 2.5 months, 3. She was.
Then how do you know it was a boy?
That's what she told me.
That's a lie, Earl. You don't know at that fucking point.
At that point, we don't even know if he had eyes.
2 months, you can still abort, which she probably did. She probably aborted and then made up this cockamamie story to tell you. So think of it that way. You were part of abortion. So what?
Going to hell.
Oh, what? Peter, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, at least you could have given her some money to help pay for the abortion, you fucking abortionist weirdo.
That's true, Earl. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Run of Fez.
Earl, I feel terrible for you, buddy, but what do you want to say to the baby when you get to heaven?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
What are you sorry for?
I just feel like I don't know. I just feel responsible somehow. It's like it's something awful, and I played a part in it somehow. In that awfulness.
Well, you act like you kicked her in the fucking vagina, did you?
No, I didn't do any of that, but I still feel like
you were relieved. That's why you feel bad. You were relieved.
Not at all. Every single day I think about it.
How long did you wait before you went to see the mother?
I think about a month.
Oh my gosh! Some things don't change.
I know.
It delays everything.
I didn't. Well, first of all, I mean, really, a couple of weeks went by where I was just unresponsive. I couldn't deal. I was just a zombie. I just couldn't deal.
Well, you would have made such a great dad.
Why, did you crap out a fetus?
No, I didn't crap out a fetus, but it's just...
Daddy, it's so hot in heaven. Oh, no, there's Hitler. I'm in hell, Daddy. Papa.
No. Don't worry. Hitler went to heaven, too.
Oh. Thank God for that.
Anthony, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, hey, Earl, I just want to know if you wanted your son to follow your footsteps and be a receptionist at a radio station and then get demoted to free safety.
When she was starting to miscarriage, were you just going like this? Peace ho, load, take this baby and peace hold.
Peace hold your legs together.
Peace hold that baby.
I spilled out all over the place. It was so messy, Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Here's John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
Ass vagina says what?
What?
Hey, Earl, do you punish yourself every single day by not letting yourself advance in your career and watching younger people get ahead before you?
Is that your way of hurting yourself?
No, not at all.
You realize if that baby would have lived, it'd already be making more money than you, and you'd probably be sending it memos asking for things.
No, he could have been a great kid.
Could have been president. He would have been a swell fella.
He would have cured cancer by the age of 5.
Earl, why don't you go leap off the Verrazano, and then I'll fucking ride around on the subway, listen to How Deep Is Your Love. God, you're a fucking mess, huh?
Yeah, it was one of the... Yeah, it was just like a whole crazy period.
Sure. You were going through your 30s. It's a wild time.
I'm just...
She got a period.
Time.
The good thing is being so small, Earl's grandma puts her hand up my ass, and we have like a little dummy routine.
All right, we got our girl on today, right? The crazy lady?
Yeah, Shirley Phelps Roper of the Westboro Baptist Church.
What has she got to talk about today?
She's doing her thing. She's protesting.
She's doing her thing. Who's she protesting? Your baby?
No.
Your baby's funeral?
Oh, God, no.
It would have been a boy. There's no way in the world to know that. Not in 2 months. It's a made-up story. The whole thing's made up, Fez.
I don't buy that the girl existed, never mind the baby. I'm really doubting Pennsylvania existed since he dragged that into the story.